Up next on The Bottom Line, some heavy hitters educate county consumers about their rights.
They're looking for your social security numbers. They're looking for your bank account and credit card numbers.
A local student takes on the duties of council member for a day.
Really surprised at how interested I got into this debate over septic versus sewage.
And we'll visit a local nonprofit where one man's trash is another's treasure.
What are you looking for, sir?
I don't, women's pajamas.
Women's pajamas?
For my mother, yes. She's 81 years old.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Susan Kennedy. Consumer protection laws are a form of government regulation aimed at protecting the rights of consumers. There are provisions in place at the local, state, and federal level. And at a recent forum, Maryland officials went over what rights all residents are entitled to as a consumer.
Montgomery County's Office of Consumer Protection is honored to co-host this event. My name is Eric Friedman. I serve as
the Montgomery County Office of Consumer Protection co-hosted the forum with Senator Chris Van Hollen and Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosch. Montgomery's Office of Consumer Protection has been a leader in protecting residents, receiving national attention for its progressive practices in dealing with issues like senior scams and predatory towing, all under the direction of Eric Friedman, who heads up the county's Office of Consumer Protection.
He has really been the consumer watchdog for all of us, and he's taken his job very seriously.
This is a gentleman who lives out on a farm in Barnesville, and he was the victim of a scam by a licensed paving contractor.
This is no paving. It's only not even springtime. A few months later, and it's completely coming apart.
And I can say with great assurance that all of us are better off and better protected against different scams out there because of Eric Friedman.
But I'm happy to say that we actually have the first of two payments for you. This is a $6,000 check.
Oh my God.
And in 30 days, we'll have the other half of the money for you. And you get to put that back in your savings account.
I think I'm going to cry.
The meeting, entitled Protecting Your Consumer Rights, What You Need to Know, was held at Bethesda Chevy Chase High School.
You can call our consumer protection hotline.
Attorney General Frosch told the crowd identity theft is a huge issue, and to never release any information those scammers are trying to get.
Here's what they're looking for. They're looking for your social security numbers. They're looking for your bank account and credit card numbers. They're looking for your driver's license number, your insurance numbers, and your date of birth. Don't give those out.
Senator Van Hollen addressed the audience about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which was created in 2011 as a legislative response to the financial crisis of 2007 and 2008 and the resulting Great Recession.
The CFPB is here to make sure companies and individuals that provide these financial products and services treat you fairly.
This federal regulatory agency is currently in jeopardy of being stripped of some of its power. However, Van Hollen says Democrats are fighting back.
Now, the good news is that in the Senate, together with a lot of my colleagues, we will not allow those measures to pass the United States Congress.
Is the Consumer Protection Board going away?
No, it's not going away, despite the fact that a lot of members of Congress would like to eliminate it. It's in the statute. You need a law to overturn it, and we're not going to allow them to overturn that law. We have enough senators to block that in the United States Senate. We're not going to allow them to defund it. However, it is at risk from the inside because they now have a director who called the CFPB a, quote, sick, cruel joke. I don't know what's sick or cruel about protecting American consumers from fraud, but now you have a CFPB that seems to line up on the side of, the powerful special interests against consumers, and that's a very dangerous development. But the organization will weather the storm, but they're going to try and do a lot of damage in the meantime, and we're going to fight back.
For more information on your rights as a consumer here in Montgomery County, visit the Office of Consumer Protection website at montgomerycountymd.gov/OCP. Recently, a Montgomery County high school student spent the day walking in the shoes of a county council member. The challenge was developed by Craig Rice to give students the opportunity to learn about local government and leadership.
So today is the day. It's really exciting to see Moira Johnson, a fellow Blazer, be able to experience what it's like to be a council member for a day. So hopefully this will be a great experience for her. It certainly has opened the eyes of folks before her who have understood about the process here in Rockville, what it is that we do, how important it is, and also how you can play a part in shaping what's happening here in your own community. One of the first things is you can't be a council member without a Montgomery County Council pin, so that'll be the first thing that I give to her, but then she's got a huge packet like this with all kinds of great information about what we're going to be talking about today.
I wanted you to just have the materials, don't let that be too intimidating to you. And then you get an official.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Oh, there's a pen in there.
Some of the things we're actually going to be doing straw votes on, and so it's going to be a busy day. It's going to be very exciting and give her a great experience as to what it's like to be a council member. So now we have a fire drill. You know, there's nothing that's staged here on the Montgomery County Council. There's always something going on.
Let's go, let's go.
Carrying his breakfast.
Oh, Sydney actually brought his breakfast. See, so some council members are truly dedicated to their breakfast, and so he did not want
the fact that I already ate part of it. Don't let that get in the way. Yeah, I mean, the thought
Why
was
let
there.
a fire drill interrupt the time for you to eat? I mean, I agree.
Make you feel like you're in school or what? You get a fire drill. Absolutely, absolutely.
But what have you learned so far?
Not to show up
breakfast
early.
is important.
So any legislative requests, zoning requests,
Really, no, I'm pretty good for now.
Do you have any packets today?
I do. I have an introduction to change carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide to carbon monoxide. Right.
A little bit different, yeah.
See? just ask the high school students.
And whereas Ms. Johnson's winning entry for the Council Member for a Day Challenge was an essay that focused on parental illness and the impact that it has on children. And whereas Ms. Johnson's creativity, intellect, and interest in public service is clearly illustrated by her winning essay. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland hereby congratulates Moira Johnson and recognizes her as Council Member for a Day in Montgomery County, presented this 6th day of March in the year 2018, signed by our Council President, Hans Riemer.
Actually, I found it really interesting. I thought I was going to have to pretend for some of it, but there were a lot of things that were heated.
I can't agree with you at all. I believe that Glen Hills has not been treated fairly. I think they've been treated unfairly for all these years.
And people were passionate.
What I would ask is that if you are going to do some of these things, separate them out. Don't put them in a package together, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I feel is a waste of time.
Establish it through a future resolution.
There were people who came in for specific issues, and so, I don't know, it just kept it really interesting.
And now we have a show of hands. All those in favor of the consent calendar, please raise your hand. And that is unanimous. Does our council member for a day, you may raise your hand. Your vote will not count, I'm sorry to say, but you may participate as
symbolic,
you desire.
That's right.
Yes.
That's symbolic participation.
I was really surprised at how interested I got into this debate over septic versus sewage.
Most of the areas that we're talking about prefer septic over sewer.
Because it's not something that would regularly interest me, but I got very, I got very invested. Even got the chance to share one of my personal experiences with my grandparents.
Because my grandparents live in a town called Newport, Arkansas, but they had a septic system for a long time. You guys were talking about temporary solutions, the sand mounds, and while those are all great, the fact that you guys are giving an option of sewage and water, that's, I don't know, to me that's pretty awesome. But I'm just surprised that we haven't done that yet, because my family's from Newport, Arkansas. There's 15,000 in the whole area, So the idea that they've already done that kind of shocked me a little bit.
Good. Well, the mysteries of the county council may continue to surprise you.
Prophetic words. So I just thought, Mr. President, that was great to share. Thank you very much, Ms.
Can you
Johnson.
come back every week, please? Yeah.
Oh, it's been great. We actually had a very, very interesting morning that involved a 5-4 vote on the council. We delved into a number of different issues beyond just water, sewer.
At the end of the day, hopefully, the majority of those decisions that we have are ones that truly represent where a majority of our constituents are, or where a majority of people will be able to benefit from those types of decisions that we're making. So it was an absolute pleasure.
Nice to hang out with you.
So it really was a great opportunity to be able to showcase some of the great things that go on and the myriad of different topics that we cover.
Still keeping in contact, and let me know. So you come up with some ideas, things, and you're like, you know what? What about this?
Septic system.
There you go. Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So always just please keep in touch, and it's been awesome.
Over the past several years, thrift shops have become increasingly popular. It's estimated close to 20% of Americans shop at thrift stores on an annual basis. But for one shop in Silver Spring, it's about so much more than just getting a bargain.
No, I don't think I'd want to see it over and over.
Don't throw it away, throw it our way. That's the motto of the Pennyworth Thrift Shop.
This is a little coffee press. This is a real handy thing for the kitchen. It's only $5. Not a bad price.
This Silver Spring institution has been around since 1953, and it was started by a Grace Episcopal Church parishioner who carried a continuous rummage sale around in her car, distributing to those in need. And after 65 years, this mom and pop business is still going strong.
Her son and daughter-in-law are still working with Pennyworth. Yeah, her son was the head of our board for a while. He comes in and works during the week. And her daughter-in-law is on our board and has been on our board for many years. So it's like a family. $3.16, and you have the socks there, $6.
Barbara Lipscomb has been volunteering at the thrift shop for more than 20 years.
And $2.
She is one of the 40 from the church who have committed their time to giving back to the community.
No, I'm not. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay.
She and Marcia Obusick were busy ringing up sales on our visit to the store.
They have really good items that you can actually purchase, and minimum of $20. You can actually buy a lot of stuff.
We do have a boutique, and sometimes we have clothing that's donated that is very gently used or even brand new.
Yeah.
So for that, we might charge a little bit more. We might go up to, say, $6 or like $10 for a really good winter coat.
What are you looking for, sir?
I don't, women's pajamas.
Women's pajamas?
For my mother, yes, she's 81 years old.
You're
I come in here once a week, if not more.
Why do you come in here that often?
I like the sometimes they have good merchandise, and I like the prices of people are friendly. And it's a nice little place. And it's really the only one left around. They used to have like 4 or 5 thrift stores around here. Now this is the only one left.
The shop takes in about $70,000 a year, and after the rent and other bills are paid, the rest of the proceeds go to charities like the Wider Circle and Shepherd's Table. But some of the money is sent to victims of political turmoil and natural disasters, most recently to the casualties of the hurricane in Puerto Rico.
Well, I think the service we provide is just not things that are lower priced or things that are recycled. I think that because we are connected to the church, because we're in ministry with the church, a lot of our customers who come in feel good about the fact that they're helping the church and other charities in the area. So our customers, of course, some of them need things that are lower priced, and some come in because they just like the idea of being in service themselves.
And in honor of the service Pennyworth provides to the community, the County Council and County Executive presented the shop with dual proclamations. Councilmember Tom Hucker says not only is Pennyworth a great place to find a bargain, it contributes to the health of the environment.
The Pennyworth shop has not just survived but thrived, through that whole time. That they really take up a little footprint on not the most heavily traveled street in Silver Spring, but they are beloved in that community. And even just mentioning them on Facebook, people came out of the woodwork to show their support. They have been supporting local and statewide and national, international charities for 65 years and doing a lot of good work. So if people haven't stopped in there, they should, and everybody who hasn't been there in a while should go back.
You can visit the Pennyworth Thrift Shop at 949 Bonifant Street in Silver Spring Tuesdays through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Well, that does it for this edition of The Bottom Line. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.